How's it going, Kingsman? Welcome back. It has been a minute since I have posted a video, and I do apologize for that. I got sick with the coronavirus, and it was no joke. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little painful, or not painful. It just stuck around for a very long time, kind of knocked me out. So I appreciate you guys understanding, but I'm back, and feeling a lot better. Still a little tired. Still a bit of a cold, but I will get through this, I promise. I may cough every once in a while, and I may be stopping to hydrate. Today, though, let me go to slow motion here. Today we have a 4v4 set in by Matt Bob. Now, this one was played. I know a lot of the people that play this game, and they're all, once again, some very excellent veteran players. So this battle is going to be close. It's going to be well fought, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. I kind of watched a little bit of this, so I'm hoping I can catch everything. Hopefully I've not lost my touch in a couple days. So first, I'm going to look at the factions here. There's a little, excuse me, a little spat with the cavalry. But we said we got Devu and, where is he at? There is Desay, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. I tried to look at these so I could learn how to pronounce them. And then we have two of the what's his name? He's the stepson of Napoleon Bonaparte and Josephine. He was Josephine's first child, and Napoleon adopted him. So there's two of those on the battlefield. Here we got some Kazaki lancers getting charged by some French hussars. It's going to easily break them. Over here also, it looks like we may have some cav getting engaged. Those Chevalier Lancers got engaged by some Dragoons. Some Cuirassiers are going to be rushing up to try to help them out. But the Dragoons are going to rush away. Now, we have seen this map before, guys, and we've seen how much blood gets spilled in this one little area. And Russia is prepared to hold here. And they have some cav, actually, that possibly is trying to go for some artillery, but some Dragoons are going to definitely stop them. And actually, some Chevalier Lancers are going to try to catch them out. Over here, those Lancers easily got routed. And this battle is going to start for this hill. We got some skirmishers shooting at some of these Cuirassiers, trying to drive them back a little bit. Excuse me. As well as the massive French assault column marching up here to assault this hill. We got a cav trying to circle around. These skirmishers probably going to have to reposition here. The Russians do have artillery up on this hill. It's going to prove very difficult for the French to assault. As you know, guys, it is a hill worth fighting for. Look at that angle. They got a house on the top. They got the trees to protect them, stop anyone from rushing up really quickly. As you can see, the Russians... Which general is this? Bagration. He is going to be holding with some line infantry. He has a line infantry general as well. And as you can see from their perspective, they just see the masses of French units, these skirmishers, staring down this whole massive column. Now, France is going to be advancing in more than one direction. As you can see, they have two armies here. Two French armies advancing on this side. And that's his name. I think it's like Eugene. Yeah, he was put in charge of like the Italian start, but there's two of them, guys, which is kind of odd. They're twins. No, I'm just kidding. But Italy looks like they are going to be trying to advance on the right flank of this assault. Now, looking at the defenders, you of course have Russia. I should have gotten to that sooner. My apologies. As this battle is getting off, you have Russia, Austria, Portugal, and then I believe Prussia as well. Now, France is doing a massive push, as you can see. I love this solid, just a massive push. They know they can't stick around, guys. They have to push for this hill, and they have to do it now. Howitzers firing on these Cuirassiers. Austria is starting to circle some cav around as well, some hussars, Chevaliers, and France is going to have to be a little more defensive and hope their allies can throw up really fast, because they're going to need them. Just look at this. France is just massing up immediately. Look at the multitasking. And, oh man, these howitzers are really starting to blast away at these Cuirassier units. Now, Russia cannot sustain a long fight here. They can't sustain it with France. Man, look at all this cav. We got a ton of cav. I'm going to keep my eyes out for that because there's probably be some cav play there. Russia starting to fall back already because, yes, they are not going to do very well in a long line battle against the French lines. I mean, Davout has some really good units. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Otherwise, I'm just it's a whole battle of saying it the wrong way. Now over here, Portugal is starting to show up with some of their cav just to scout. It looks like France is maybe going to try to push on the side of this hill. France is making some massive ground. I mean, I've seen where they were stuck right here when it was them. The last battle I had, it was actually the French defending and Russia attacking. But France is doing an excellent job so far of pushing up. We got some howitzers over here that are starting to really blast away at the cap for France, which is really going to hurt them. I mean, that's a perfect target for artillery to hit. There's nothing you can really do with the cav. I mean, if you can push away France's cav, then the coalition can definitely utilize that. As you can see, there's wisely Davout is having his units that can form square on the flank to like stop any massive attack. But are they going to form square in time? I think he was trying to see if he would, and he did it. He should have been committed there. Oh, form square. Yep, he formed square, and it's not going to matter. The cav are going to get slaughtered. Maybe he was just toying with him. But over here, France is making some massive ground. Look at this. They are just pushing back the Russians. The Russians are just falling back. I think they were afraid to really engage here. I mean, they obviously are outnumbered and outgunned in every way possible. Now, Austria is really starting to commit over here, guys. I mean, they are starting to go for some artillery, actually. And that's actually huge. If they can take out these guns, I would go for it. And they are going to go for it. Now, some dragoons are going to try to stop that. Ooh. Okay, they may take out those guns, but they're going to lose their cav, which that may be worthwhile. Over here, these cuirassiers are advancing. Maybe they're going to help do something. They're also rushing into the house with some of their light infantry. No. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. Over here, France is still pushing over here. Portugal now starting to show up here and maybe start attaching themselves on the side. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to be stumbling over my words a little bit. It's been a bit. And my brain, I'm going to blame it on Corona this time. So Russia's actually starting to get really close, but as you can see, they threw some dragoons in, but that did not work out very well. The line infantry from, oh no, they're going to go right back in. We got this one line infantry. They are doing, oh my goodness. They are putting up a heck of a fight against a lot of Russians. Now look at this. Russia is probably going to have to start falling back once again. Yeah, their units are really starting to suffer here. We have a lot of cav rushing over here. Italy throwing in some more of their cav, but it looks like Prussia has committed or is about to commit. Nope, maybe not. They are just massing on the spring. The French alliance needs to deal with this cav. This is a problem. They cannot advance because of the cav. Now, of course, we got some heavy Novgorod cav, some like cuirassier type style cav that the Russians carry. That's a really good unit. I think the Russians are trying to throw in more infantry to hold this house. At the same time, France is just tenacious as ever, throwing in more infantry, and they got reinforcements now rushing up over here. Portugal is starting to try to form up on the side, but Russia is really starting to hurt over here. Here we go. We got some dragoons from Prussia maybe trying to commit, but these cuirassiers are scaring them away, doing an excellent job of being very defensive. Italy is still marching up here. They need to take on this flank. They know that probably Austria is right over here. In fact, Austria is right here. We got some grenadiers. Oh yeah, grenadiers. All the grenadiers. My apologies, guys. I always do this. There we go. Fix the sound. So it looks like Russia and Portugal are now going to be forming up and trying to hold by this building. They still have the building. This line infantry general is holding Who knows for how long, though, as he's going to be getting surrounded and not be able to have any reinforcements. Probably going to break here.
We have taken the building, sir.
And France takes this LOC. The hard fought. Now, here comes Portugal with some more infantry. And France is pushing way on this flank. Portugal just trying to be super defensive, rushing over some infantry to try to combat all this reinforcing infantry from France, as well as Austria throwing up more of their line infantry to kind of meet this flank, maybe push on France as they're kind of exposed here. I mean, they're trying to hold until their allies get up, and not all their allies have gotten up. And it looks like actually Portugal is going to take over for France. France is going to fall back, be reserved, maybe rest their men up a little bit. And it looks like France did try to go in for a cav charge with some hussars and some lancers and some dragoons. And Portugal is kind of trying to scare them off. Over here, Austria is going to attack Italy's cav here, and it looks like Italy's going to throw in their cav as well. I don't know a single bit of Italian, so I don't know what kind of cav this is, but looks like it's pretty dead even match. Italy needs to win this, but here comes Prussia, and if Austria fails to fight this, Austria's easily going, or Prussia's easily going to win this. And actually, it looks like Italy broke. They broke one Austrian cav unit, and that's it. And now Italy does not have any cav. And that's a problem, as now Prussia's been pushing Austria with the masses, as well as Prussia with the masses. They can utilize their numbers and start pushing on this flank, as France does not have a lot. In fact, they are shifting over some reinforcements here. Excellent use of shifting over the reinforcements and, keeping up with your ally, making sure that they're not going to break. Portugal is now holding this whole flank. Where's Russia going? I think Russia is actually falling back, maybe going to heal up, see where they can be used. Italy's starting to form up in a line of battle to advance. They're going up against a lot of cav. Italy needs to get in this fight now to stop this massive amount of infantry that is starting to just advance on France. And where's the rest of the French army? Here they are. Alright, so here's the rest of the French army advancing, going to be taking this flank. This is actually probably good for France. They only have Portugal and a little bit of Russia, which is probably why Russia's shifting this direction. They can easily push on this flank. I mean, Portugal is a pretty good infantry or faction to have a standing line battle. This is a concern. Not a whole lot of these infantry can form square for Italy. And they're kind of being very defensive here. I don't see a lot of French cav. And France needs to have the cav. Here we go, guys. There is a massive push here. Look at this. A massive push from Austria, and France they have reserves. So this battle could still go one way or the other. Prussia now going for their flank. They're going to have to shift more troops over to defend this flank, or Italy needs to push up and engage them so they don't get flanked. I would start pushing up as Italy. Of course, you got to watch out for all this cav, the cuirassiers. 2 cuirassiers from Prussia. Not the greatest when it comes to cuirassier units, but still some good units. Dragoons, and then the hussars. That could easily wreck a lot of this Italian line. I would not want to see this come charging. Speak of the devil. I would not want to see this come charging towards me. And here we go. We got some dragoons rushing in for the Italian line infantry, going straight for this little side. I would do more of a slope with the line infantry because you can see not a whole lot of them are going to fire. And instead, that's going to really hurt as, oh my goodness, Italy's in danger of getting totally surrounded. Look at how hard they are getting hit. That is not good to see. 2 Italian line infantry breaking, and now Italy's trying to reform as they lost 3 units just like that. France is going to try to be defensive maybe and save some of this infantry. Over here, Prussia is starting to push, so Italy's going to have to push on this flank. They can turn the whole flank if they push right there. Oh my goodness, we got some cav rushing and going for the artillery. France had some artillery stationed right here, but I believe they got them to safety here. And some cuirassiers ran up to meet the Austrian cuirassiers. Austria getting a lot closer. They have artillery up here. Maybe France wants to do something about that. Over here, Portugal and France are still trying to hold this flank. And my goodness, look at this massive square. Wow, are these howitzers? Yes, okay, that's why they're doing the square. That's going to be an easy defense. That's such a massive unit, 339 men.
Our general is under attack.
So artillery is not broken. They're still here. They're going to start firing. France wants to probably get rid of this artillery. I mean, this is... I would try to find a way to get... There's no cav around it. Austria is having some trouble here. They are starting to break, and these are the grenadier units who are getting blasted to pieces by this French line. So the reserves are going to need to form up here. Over here, Prussia's now getting pushed by Italy. Italy doing an excellent job, and here are the reserve cav that are probably going to help defend this Italian line. Over here, we got Portugal, and oh, look at this. We have some cuirassiers way on the flank, way out. France is going to keep pushing around the side. They have some skirmishers right here. Oh, a bunch of skirmishers backed by some hussars. Portugal is probably going to push on these skirmishers. You don't want to lose those. Here we go. Here's a cav. I've seen some cavs shifting over. They cleared some infantry out of the way, and they're going to go for this artillery piece. Excellent use of going for the guns, distracting Austria while they're focused on other things, and they're going to take out these guns and maybe even go for some Jaegers. And that's 2 guns. That is a massive defeat, losing your guns like that. Now, they may lose their, dragoons, or they can get them out of there. I would run them out now, and maybe you can win. Over here, Prussia is going to start pushing on Italy. Austria having to reform, send in some more units of line infantry. As you can see, they're having a lot of trouble hitting this French line. Not a whole lot really engaging over here. I think France is okay with just sitting over here. In fact, they're not as strong over here, so, they can afford to sit and wait out the engagement on this side, because Prussia and Austria, they have some good shooting, they have some good units, but their morale is terrible. So if you can focus them down, start defeating unit after unit, as you can see, more line infantry for Austria. Oh, we have a bayonet charge, some line infantry went in against the artillery piece. France was watching out for it, though, and sent their artillery running back. Howitzer still blasting the back lines of France. I think, yeah, Austria is going to break. It was a gamble. That did not pay off in the end, and they're going to lose that line infantry. Italy now get into a line battle. I don't see any guys that can form square still, so France needs to be up here. Uh-oh. Here we go. We got some Chevaliers who are going to charge them, trying to hit multiple Italian units at once. Maybe break 1 or 2 of them. France is now hovering over, but Prussia has a lot of cav, and that is going to be a huge game changer, as if they can keep pushing on this Italian side. France still has not advanced. In fact, Portugal is falling back. You can shift more units maybe over here. Deal with Austria. Austria and Prussia are losing in this standing line battle, guys. I mean, there is artillery they have, but look at all the wavering. They are concerned, they are wavering. I mean, France is starting to also waver, but oh my goodness, here goes the problem. This is going to be the Italian problem. That is the battle. The heavy cav from France, or from Prussia, rushing in. Italy's in danger of losing their own entire line here. And Prussia can then utilize that to push on the flank. Look at all the breakage that Italy is going to have, as they don't have anyone that can form square, and that is a problem. Massive rout from Italy with the cav. And France is going to have to shift over more cav and shift over probably more infantry to kind of defend this flank, as Italy's just gone. Oh my goodness. Italy just... it became non-existent almost. Unfortunately, they just kind of got focused by all the cav that the coalition had to offer. Portugal is still playing very defensively. We don't have a lot of infantry over here from France, but they need to do something. This is starting to turn out to be France is going to get this French player. I think maybe there's 2 of them here. They are taking the brunt of this fight, and they're having to do a lot of the work right now. Hopefully later they won't, but it's not looking very good for them now that Italy is kind of breaking so fast. Once again, Austria is trying to go for this artillery piece. They may actually break it this time. Howitzers going
Our
in.
men are running, sir.
Yeah, they did break their artillery finally. Howitzers blasting this French line, and unfortunately, the war of attrition is starting to really hurt France. Definitely really starting to hurt them. They are sending some of the skirmishers, and this French line is advancing. That's what they need to be doing right now. They need to advance. They need to push the attack, try to destroy Portugal. Prussia has a lot of cav left. I mean, they haven't really lost a lot. These howitzers are just focusing down this line in a stagnant line battle, and that's where you want howitzers to be utilized the best. Italy is just gone from this battle, unfortunately. They didn't really get a chance to really fight. The artillery kind of just, or the cav just kind of picked them off so fast. It is now up to maybe this French army to push on Portugal. Portugal just needs a hold for their ally. My goodness, this fight has just been so crazy. It always focuses around this hill. Always. I mean, look at the death and destruction and carnage. Here we go. More cav rushing in, going for more French that cannot form square. And this is some heavy cuirassier cav from Russia. Over here, oh man. Prussia is starting to just make sure that Italy can't come back. Over here, like I said, guys, it is just a bunch of cav rushing in, trying to break through France. That's kind of a gamble that I don't think that Austria is going to win. Their bayonet charge are going to get shattered on the French line. They are going to move closer over here. They do have reserves. They can't afford this. But that is going to hurt. That is going to hurt so much, as that was a solid French volley. Now, they're probably going to return in kind if they can get a volley off. And that is going to hurt a lot of French, cause them to waver, but my goodness, I think these guys are going to lose in this, but of course they have more reserves. Over here, this is the problem. Prussia is just using their mass to kind of just push through on the flank for France. Over here, France is trying to fight, but they're going to get hit hard by artillery. Oh, they have some lights just sitting right here. Pushing over here, I don't think that they have enough to really push on Portugal. Portugal is, they're kind of like a UK of sorts. They have some really good units, but here we go. France is, my goodness, France just done such a good job of pushing here and taking on so many different factions at once. Taking on Russia, taking on Portugal, taking on Prussia and Austria. They take on everybody. And they're just constantly breaking Austrian troops. Now over here, they are fighting a losing battle, unfortunately. They don't have enough troops to hold against Prussia. Prussia has the advantage here. As maybe France needs to reform so they don't have guys stuck out of formation. Italy still has a couple units here. They're going to try doing what they can, and some artillery doing excellent fire. The battle's not over yet, guys. But, of course, they are losing over here. My goodness. Looks like maybe some cav rushed up. Of course, we have some cuirassiers who are going to be pushing up, trying to take on more Portuguese cav. Line infantry trying to do their best against skirmishers and line infantry. Over here, they are still trying to push. Maybe if they swing on this flank. That battle is looking very rough for France. And actually, this one isn't looking as rough for France. Oh my goodness. More cav going for Italy. Poor Italy. They've never caught a break. Oh, no. They're going straight for some cav. But they're going to get caught by the Italian infantry and get destroyed here. There's still some Italian units over here, guys. Do not forget. And they can form square. So they're coming to avenge themselves. This battle has been very good. Prussia's actually not pushing here anymore. France made such a solid hold, they had to fall back. And now maybe they're going to push him right here where things are looking a little rough. We got some cav who, some infantry finally breaking, but they do have that massive 330 unit of line infantry. Look at these guys. That is a huge unit.
Our men are running, sir.
So Italy is, or sorry, France is now falling back as they are getting just hit hard by Russian dragoons, and they are just trying to reform here, try to hold this. And Portugal now is going to be pushing. This French line over here is just going to get destroyed by artillery from Portugal, and Portugal is just going to be focusing down these 5 line infantry, destroying them, unfortunately, as they're going to get isolated and blown to pieces. And over here, France, they really try. Oh, are they doing a bayonet shot? Oh, no, they're not. I want to see this line infantry do a volley. You know, it is such a massive line. Now they're going to get charged by some cav. Nope, that's reinforcing cav. I want to see this. I know zooming in is not as cool, but you have to admit, this is pretty cool. To see such a large line infantry. Oh, they're not even all firing. So Austria is broken for the most part. Actually, Austria is pretty well spent. So France can still push on this side as Prussia is trying to now hold back France, who just pushed them back. They have the initiative and unfortunately lost it very fast. Italy's still doing their part. They actually done an excellent job of kind of pushing Prussia back. They have some infantry that can form square, kind of helping out as well. And they are going to start engaging the Prussian line. France is probably going to form up to help them, I hope. Howitzers are going for the cav for Prussia now, as Prussia is going to maybe try to get rid of this Italian line infantry. France still trying to clean up a lot more Prussians, and they're going to clean up a lot more of the cav here, starting to get rid of them. Of course, they still have the cuirassiers from Prussia, who are going to probably, oof, they're going to break these cuirassiers, and that is unfortunate. Italy's still advancing here, and look at this. Actually, Prussia is starting to break over here, and it looks like Russia and Prussia and Portugal are actually falling back. Now that they haven't taken out these French lines, but it looks like the cav may actually break them over here as they're going to pursue. France may actually have officially won half the hill. They have not won at all, and the coalition's not going to give it up that easily. But France is still pretty healthy looking in the center. And they did an excellent job of just taking that hill like clockwork. So now Italy, not out of the fight yet. They may have had some big losses in the beginning, but they are still here, and they are still doing an excellent job. They are actually pushing back Prussia with a little bit of help from the French cav. They are pushing back Prussia. And now Italy and France are well advanced, hopefully. Although I think they have the LOC advantage at the moment. So we will see what they can do. The rest of this French army unfortunately got just isolated by the Portugal cav and destroyed. France over here fighting the good fight still against Portugal. Portugal is starting to lose some of their men. They don't have a whole lot. Like I said, they're like a UK faction of sorts, like a UK hybrid. I can't remember if they have the 65 range or the 70 range, but they are trying to hold against this French line, and these are some pretty thick units from France. Nothing that can form square, though. That is the concern, and I don't see any French cav over here, and that's why the Russians are sending over some of their cav, probably to just pester the French line. Maybe they're sending over some cav of their own. Over here, oh, we got some cav going for the guns, also going for some light infantry. I think they are not going to break the artillery, unfortunately, as the general was able to inspire them, maybe. They did lose only a couple line infantry. Italy's still pushing on Prussia's flank, and France is catching their breath, getting ready maybe for the next part of this line. This hill battle has still been raging here. France still engaging Portugal, and maybe they can win this fight. They do have some guys that can form square finally, as well as some hussars. So this could be good for them. This battle seems to have taken pause as it's at the halfway mark, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, France would be probably wise resting, which is what they're doing. Italy is pushing on Prussia. And this is why I don't like playing Prussia, guys. They are literally, I mean, look how many units there are here. Almost 9, if not, yeah, there's 9 units here being driven back by 5 units. We got some Cav, some Dragoons who are going to go for the artillery, and a General. Yep, it is over for this artillery piece. Prussia was not able to save it. They are going to break it and get out of there. Get out of there. They can do it. Oh, don't get friendly fired. Yep, they got out of here in time. They still have some cuirassiers, and this battle is still pretty even. Portugal, though, making some big plays here, starting to push massively for this flank of France. That could be a problem. Like I said, they have pretty good accuracy, and they are pretty fresh. I mean, so is France, but France doesn't have any artillery. Portugal does. Now they got to get them in position, and they aren't pushing along this whole wall. They have some skirmishers here, some sappers backing them up. Here we go. Here's the guns. I think it's the howitzers. They have some 12-pounders. Can these guys even shoot? What are they even shooting at? Oh, I think they're shooting from right here. So a lot of guns still in play. Prussia is still holding this line. I think they feel confident to hold against Italy. And Italy may want to maybe form up with their allies to not get surrounded, as these cuirassiers are licking their chops. Like, you know what? We can go for them again. They are going to go for a square. Yep. You got some grenadiers who are going to, you know, be like, yeah, you don't do that to us. And force them to fall back here. You know, if France pushed up right here, maybe they could destroy Prussia. In fact, it looks like Prussia is maybe sacrificing part of their army here, so the rest can fall back and join up here. This is where Portugal needs to push if they're going to make any progress of any type. Here comes that 300 unit of line infantry. I can form square and probably hopefully has some inspires here. They are going to form up and help boost the morale, as these lines maybe are looking a little stretched, so it's going to start decreasing your morale. You need more of a column formation. And I do believe, yeah, these guys do have a range of 65, so their range is not going to be as good, so they got to get a lot closer in order to get the volleys in. And the closer you get, the better. The problem is, fighting against these guys, they're like the UK. They can form square with almost all their units. Almost all the units. Over here, it looks like actually Prussia is going to... Uh-oh. They're going to form a massive offensive, and France is now going to have to rush over some more units, and they're using infantry in... Oh no, they're using their cav with their infantry, making them form square so they can destroy them. But here comes the cavalry, hopefully going to destroy the Prussian cav. But here we go, more dragoons now going in, maybe trying to take out these cuirassiers. And this square is going to get charged by some Grens from Prussia, which is going to be really bad. And over here now, Prussia is really making some decisive pushing. They have taken out some of the cav. Maybe they won't take out all this cav, this is cuirassiers. But here, oh my goodness. See, here is still a lot of heavy cav from the coalition, which is now going to start pushing. They broke those grenadiers from Italy, and now they are going to be making a massive push. These grenadiers still pushing for the line of Italy. Some hussars and some cuirassiers maybe trying to stall this, but man, they just don't have enough cav here. And that is the problem. That is the problem. They don't have enough cav to hold back. These line infantry are going to get hit while they're in square formation. And Prussia is starting to push on the French flank. You almost feel bad for them. I mean, it just... this is so tough. So tough, guys. Oh, they broke the Grenadiers, and now they're going to go for some Prussian line infantry themselves. But they're going to get charged by some cuirassiers from Prussia. Who is going to win this fight over here? France can still win this, guys. They can still win this, and oh, there's a general right here, Bagration, trying to inspire his cav to hold. But I think that France can hold. They have a general of their own, Davout. And finally, the coalition has lost their cav on this flank. And Italy is now starting to push on this flank over here. Over here, Portugal is kind of pausing. And who's going to win this battle? Prussia is now falling back as they definitely did not win. Oh no. Don't execute your friends. Yeah, finally, the cav, it was all or nothing. Prussia and Russia tried to commit. Maybe trying to destroy any French cav left so that then they could push on the flank. But now France is ordering, with Italy, ordering the advance on Prussia. As Prussia lost a lot of infantry there. And now they are trying to still hold this house. Portugal, I'm surprised, is not pushing over here yet. There's two generals holding over here, and actually looks like maybe France is going to, they are going to now push on Portugal. And Portugal, let's see what they do. Depending on what they do will show how they feel about this battle. If they stand and fight, then they think they can hold this battle. If they retreat, that means they think they're starting to lose. I want to see this line infantry fire. As this is such a large unit of line infantry. No, they are falling back. So Portugal is not feeling very confident fighting in this line engagement. Over here, Prussia is trying to form up with their ally, make a stand. And now Italy and France outnumber. Ooh, these cuirassiers are getting focused down by howitzers still. And they are probably going to get broken by these... oh, no, maybe not. Maybe they both will break. Oh, my goodness. Nope, the cuirassiers. 125 left, guys. And they still are... it's because they have Davout sitting right there. So Prussia is going to form up with Russia, who has been doing more sitting back recently, probably trying to see what's going to happen in this battle, and they have to defend the center. But here comes France. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Here comes France now pushing on Portugal. If they can defeat Portugal in this line battle, it is going to be over, and I think France can definitely win this. This battle has been so hard fought. If I look at the LOCs, this 2-pointer, there's a 4-pointer, they can get this other 2-pointer, and they will have the LOCs. They also could slip around and take this 4-pointer, but who wants to do that, you know, when you can just fight the battle? I never really cared too much for LOCs. I like fighting the battles like they would have been fought. LOC is a viable way to fight and win, but, you know. Now, Russia and Prussia are going to form up for an assault. They get their artillery ready, have their 12-pounder and their howitzers preparing to defend. And oh my goodness, they are getting focused down like crazy by the howitzers from France. Their line infantry are going to have trouble. Oh, what do we got? Is Davout going for the guns? Crazy general. He is going for the guns. lost his general, but delayed the guns from being able to limber up here. And as you can see, they are not even firing at the moment. And France is going to use that to rush in close before they can. And oh my goodness, here we go. We got maybe a bayonet charge from Russia. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. My cold is going to be... And here we go. Keep getting distracted. So France did lose the line infantry, but they are closing in on Russia very quickly here. Portugal needs to push because France is now going for the throat of Prussia and Russia. And as you can see, this is not looking very good for Russia and Prussia. They are really starting to get hurt here. A lot of line infantry getting really close. Bayonet charge starting to break a lot of them. Italy rushing up this slope, and this is looking very messy for the coalition here. They are losing a lot of infantry, and it's going to be up to Portugal maybe to try to help out. They have to go on the offensive. They do have some guns who are going to start trying to even the field of play. And they have to advance, and I think France knows all they got to do is sit back. They just got to sit back, use this hill to their advantage, and let their ally destroy the coalition, which the coalition is outnumbered, unfortunately. And so it is going to be an uphill battle for them. They do have some guns over here. Which I think are probably going to fire some canister shot. I don't know who they're going for, but France has taken this hill. Italy's swinging around the flank. Prussia has, looks like about 4 units of line infantry left. And they are going to be falling back in disarray. No, not in disarray. But they are going to be falling back. We got some infantry maybe going for a bayonet charge. Going to get volleyed by the Prussians. That's going to hurt. Or the Russians, not Prussians. And going in for them and for the guns at the same time. Portugal should try to help out their ally a little bit if they can. But at this point, it kind of looks like it's going to be a loss at the hill. We got some cab chasseurs went for more Prussians, making sure they don't come back. And we got some Prussians forming square, trying to hold back these chasseurs from France. And Portugal is now going to possibly be falling back. They have to take this hill, but I don't think they have the manpower now to take the hill. They have done a lot of damage, but not enough damage, I'm afraid. Even Italy came back from that big defeat against the cavalry. I mean, Italy did some things still, you know. They are not knocked out forever. And now France is just cleaning up Prussia and is going to be pushing down the hill. I will say, despite the loss that the coalition had, they did an excellent job of holding this hill, especially Russia at the very beginning. They were going up against some pretty crazy odds. They held as long as they could. The Prussian cav play on this field was impressive with Russia. Russia and Prussia did some excellent cav play. And Portugal, of course, did some excellent driving back of France. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to do a definitive push before France got more reinforcements, and now they are going to be fighting a losing battle. And France is going to now descend on Portugal in force. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. We're going to see if they push. As you see, some Prussians sitting right here. Or, gosh, I can't. I just can't. Portugal is sitting here. There's a couple units here. I'm surprised they're not sending more units up to either join together in a battle and fight together. Maybe they're going to go defend the LOC. But Italy and France are now going to push. And Portugal is going to be finishing up their fight. France maybe going for a bayonet charge here. Yeah. bayonet charge, trying to go for the guns. They may lose this line infantry, but they are not going to let the guns fire. And now Portugal, I'm not sure if they're waiting for the time, because by time they are going to lose. They don't have, although, oof. If they go for this 4-pointer and make it, then they may have the points on France, although France still has 13 minutes. So technically the coalition could still win by LOC. I like to give two credits, one for who definitively won the battle, and then sure, I can. LOC is also a viable way to play. So if the coalition does take the LOCs and wins by LOC, then I'll give them credit for that. I'm going to give credit to the French for definitively winning the battlefield and defeating their enemy. They definitely did that. They fought an literally uphill battle, being outflanked on two sides, and managed to bring it back, even losing almost a whole faction on their flank. So I'm just going to fast forward because I think Portugal isn't really going to stand and fight anymore. I think they're going to try to rush for LOCs and try to win it that way. Which, once again, not bashing LOC victory. It's just
has fallen to the enemy.
Don't care for LOC victory myself. If it's a tournament, I get it, but France is probably not going to get there in time to defeat the LOC. Oh, look, Portugal is going to stand and fight, which is what I do, honestly. At a certain point, when you know it's lost, I will stand and fight. I'll give credit. But Portugal did a pretty good job. I'm curious to see what all the kills are going to be. I feel like there are going to be some really good kills on both sides. And I think actually France is going to use this road and get there in time. So let's see.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Oh, also we have France pushing on Portugal's LOC over here. Yeah, they're going to take this 4-pointer. It's not going to matter. France knew what they were doing.
Our men are running, sir.
But they are getting shot to pieces. I mean, this is a lot of... Man, we've been here before. This is the last battle I had. It stopped here, I believe. And now France...
Our men are running, sir.
Actually, France may not win this. Ooh, it's too close to tell. If they rush in some more infantry, they'll win this. They're definitely winning this. They just need to...
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
They got plenty of reinforcements here. And they take it. So it's not going to matter if they don't win this. But they're going to take it anyway with the 300, or basically 300 line infantry unit. So let me fast forward and watch them charge in. Or they're not going to, who knows. But yeah, this is a victory for France. Well played on both sides. This was a really well played battle. Actually, looks like Austria is going to rush out. And just going to get shot to pieces. And that should be the battle. Alright, so like I said, this one was set in Matt Bob. He was the one who assaulted the hill. As you can see, took the heaviest losses for that and killed the most. So, well played. Going up against Bagration, who did a solid job with what he had. He had like... He didn't have a whole lot to hold the hill, but he tried to do his best. We see who had the most kills. Looks like Portugal did, but followed closely by Prussia. So Alex the Great and Bolero. And then followed closely by Philippe. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. It was a lot of fun to record. Like I said, I'm going to be back to normal recordings. Of course, I know I'm going to be posting this day or the next 3 days after today. I'm normally working, but, you know, because of Corona, I'm at home. So stay tuned for another video tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. One more thing. I know I rattle a bunch, but I am going to be posting a video for celebration of hitting 200 subscribers, which was my goal, my next goal. So, really excited about that. Thank you guys so much for your support. That's about it. You guys stay safe. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in another video.